Hi, this is Eric, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, right down there is a subscribe button. Click that, subscribe with us. We would love to have you along for the journey. So I wanted to give just a big thanks and a big shout out to Brooke. She actually had hit me up back in August. I had the article come out in the Orange County Register here in LA, and it was about mental illness and it was about suicide awareness. And it was the first time I actually had a teenager hit me up and say, hey, I'm really impressed with what you're doing. I want to be a part of this. What can I do? And, she's done a blog and stuff for us, and she really wanted to share her story, really wanted to meet up, and I finally had the chance to be able to, and got to meet with her mom and everything. And I gotta say, it's amazing and it's awesome to get a teen's perspective. I mean, she's in high school. She wants to graduate from the same high school she's in right now, and it's awesome to get that kind of understanding because we lose track. Especially, I'm not a parent, but I know that parents out there have hit me up that you lose track. You don't maybe know how to approach or talk to your kids or build that relationship with your kids. Sometimes when it comes to mental illness, it comes to depression, it comes to cutting, whatever it might be. Because let's face it, a lot of this stuff starts when we're children. So, Brooke it's a great just meet and greet with her. She goes over a couple different things, and she's going to be more and more involved with this, with me on more of the kids stand front to get it out because so many kids do suffer, and, something that no one should, regardless your age. So, I really appreciate her doing this for me, and I hope you get something out of it, and I hope that maybe it triggers something, and we never know who our words are going to reach. It's nice to know that we're not alone. So, getting this chance to meet with her and really develop this relationship and have her mom and family on board, I can't thank her enough. So, I hope you get as much out of this as I did. You grew up here in Cypress, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So you've been here all your life. You've dealt with self-harm. You had a blog post that really reached a lot of people. So, when did you start? When did you start with self-harm? Would you say?
Probably around 7th grade. I had gotten a gift from a friend. It was like crafty stuff, and I had found some things in there that I had used, and it just went downhill from there.
What tempted you to do it? What tempted you or made you think of actually of hurting yourself, or what do you think was the why behind it?
I think for me, it was the adrenaline. It was, I mean, it's different for everyone, but I just didn't really have, there was a lot of numbness that I was feeling. Like, with my experience with depression, it was just complete, like, nothingness. And I think having that very negative thing, it made me feel something, and that was better than nothing, which I definitely could have found other ways to feel something without purposefully hurting myself.
No, right, and I really hit on self-harm a lot now, just because it seems that so many people your age range deal with self-harm because it's a form of being in control of something. It's not anything that anyone else can dictate. You dictate it yourself. So it gives you that release. Was it hard to stop self-harming?
Oh yeah, it was. I think how I stopped was actually realizing how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't ever stop beforehand because I just thought, well, it's not that bad. And I started questioning, well, why really is it bad? So biologically, humans are not supposed to, like, harm themselves. That's just not supposed to happen. And I realized how something must not be right in my brain if I'm doing this.
No, that makes sense. And
yeah.
How long has it been since you did any kind of self-harm?
It's been a year and a month.
Awesome. Well, that's cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you've dealt with depression. Share with me that. I mean, what's triggered depression for you? And I get really fascinated by this because the adult side of it goes, well, you don't have to worry about work, you don't have to worry about bills, you don't have to worry about a marriage, you don't have to worry about kids. What is there to be depressed about? You're a kid. All your life's in front of you. What is it? Like, tell like what triggered all this for you? What got you to that place?
Well, a lot of it is probably hereditary. I don't think I had much of a reason, and no one really has to have any reason. It's just the chemicals in your brain are off, and there's nothing else to it, really.
I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with that because I can easily tell that you've done research into this, and like this is something that's really important to you. Because sometimes people will just say, "Hey, like this is what sparked my depression," or "This is how I got depressed," and it's well, no, it's a chemical imbalance. Of
Yeah.
what really helps and triggers mental illness. It's out of the blue, kind of hits like a wave. Do you take any kind of medication or anything right
Yeah.
now?
I have been taking medications for a few years. It's been a struggle trying to get to where I want to be with the medication. Right now, I think it's pretty good, but it definitely takes hard work.
And it really does. It takes a lot. I was on Ritalin when I was like 13. So that's when I started on the medication. Then I've done Wellbutrin, I've done Zoloft, I've done Xanax, I've done
Lots of different things.
yeah, just to try and get my head straight because it is hereditary and it does get passed along. So with your school, I mean, how much involvement does your school have in actually helping and giving you any kind of student support? And not to
Well,
bash the schools.
yeah. My school is pretty good. I go to an alternative school,
Okay.
so there's smaller classes and more interactions with your teachers, which I find so helpful compared to my previous public schools, which have never really known how to deal with crisis or even recognize signs of mental illness.
Right, and they don't know how to handle it. It's all liability.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate word is it goes more and more. It becomes what's a liability and what's a liability, and nobody wants to get sued. Put it that way.
Yeah.
And
I think, oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
I think there's just probably too many kids in the classroom for teachers to actually care about each individual student.
Yeah, you get lost in the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, friends and the people that are around you in your everyday life. I mean, are they aware of the struggles and stuff that you go through?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. I've learned to be more open about my struggles because I've realized the more I share, the more other people recognize that they're not alone. So.
Oh, no, and that's what it's about. I mean, and it's sometimes hard to share with your friends.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
sure
sometimes,
is.
and it's let's face it, especially with you, it's hard to share with your parents, And,
Oh, yeah.
and totally get that because it's natural. It's like, shit, I don't want to get my parents upset, or I don't want to say something that's wrong.
Yeah.
And so you've gotten excited about mental illness and bringing awareness to it. I mean, what excites you about it, or where have you found this passion from?
I think the fact that I know I've gotten through such a very dark time, it proves to me that anyone else who's been in a terrible, terrible place can also get through it. I think that's where most of it comes from.
That's awesome. It's really, really cool. And, because especially since you're local, I want to do actually a lot of videos with you. And we'll do different setups because I really want to go into, the self-harm. I want to go into, things that you think would benefit other kids out there and be able to help them and give them a resource because Google isn't the best resource.
Oh no,
But-
it sure isn't.
But it's the sad part. I mean, what other resources have you found out there besides Google and actually searching something?
Yeah.
Social media doesn't really
No,
help.
it doesn't.
I mean, you got YouTube. I think YouTube's actually an all right resource.
Yeah, most of the time.
But just trying to find different things, it's a pain. And it's a challenge. And it's non-stop.
Yeah.
Oh! But, so I hope you got something out of that. It was great to just have a chance to sit and talk with Brooke and to understand, from a different aspect of what it's like with mental health and challenges that we face in life. So she's going to be doing a lot more videos with us since she lives local, and you know, it just really comes down to this. It's people helping people, and we never know who our stories will reach. So thanks for watching this. Subscribe to our channel, and there's going to be a lot more coming.